We're going to talk about field day, history, and a little bit of history, what it is, what we can do. I was told when I got here, guess what? You're doing this. So I haven't even seen the PowerPoint presentation yet, so bear with me.
I haven't either.
I understand that, and I appreciate that. Thank you for the vote of confidence.
You get up and do it.
I could probably do a better job than.
But as a teacher, I'm used to ad-libbing, and as I tell my students, if you have a question and I don't know the answer, I'll make something up. So,
Yeah, there you go.
some of them actually believed me when I said that. So, field day this year, 2026, is Saturday, June 27th and June 28th. We will be meeting at the Oklahoma School of Science and Math again. They seem to enjoy having us there. I don't know how many years we're going to be able to keep doing that, but this year we're going to be there. The field day actually goes for 24 hours from 1 p.m. local time to 1 p.m. on Saturday to 1 p.m. local time on Sunday, Oklahoma time. The big hand on the 12, the little hand on the 1. That's for those of you who still use analog watches. My students, when I showed them an analog clock, a lot of them couldn't figure out how to read an analog clock.
Yeah.
So that's necessary. And it will be, as I said, at OSSM. But field day got started in 1933 when QST had, this is for 27 hours starting on the second Saturday in June at 4 p.m. local time, and there was an opportunity for portables to go into the field and contact as many stations as possible. So it truly was field day. And FE Handy W1BDI said that the real object is to test portables wherever they may be available. And that is the object of field day, is to test portable operation. We're going to someplace in the field. Of course, I appreciate the fact that in Oklahoma our field is inside and air conditioned, but it is still a portable operation, and they made it an annual affair. So the first field day, they had 202 entries from 104 clubs and 53 non-club groups and 45 people operating from home. Not bad for a brand new event. And so they announced the winner, W4PAW, I wonder if that was someone's father, who made 62 contacts with, and 28 sections and countries. He got a whopping 1876 points. Again, not bad for the very, very first field day. The Central Illinois Radio Club got 98 QSOs. Notice that it's W9ZZAL. Very unusual call about. But until 1933, a special license was required. Or in 1930, a special license was required to be portable. And they all started the ZZ suffix. Because at that point, the station was licensed, not the individual as much, or both. So what's the mission of field day? In the first place, it's to test radio amateurs out in the field, portable, so we can establish and operate in an emergency situation. The idea is to set up, operate as if we had an emergency. And that's one of the reasons that they let us come to OSSM, because that's a nice central location in Oklahoma City where we could set up if there was a disaster. It's close to the OU Medical Center, it's close to a lot of different things, and it's a perfect place that we could set up, and that's one of our selling points to OSSM itself. And we need, it's to prove the capability of these portable stations that we set up, because we're not allowed to set up before 9 o'clock in the morning. So we've got 4 hours, what is that? Yeah, 4 hours to set up and operate. And so this simulates an emergency situation. And we operate for 24 hours. And it gives us, the flip side of that is it gives us the practice, the experience of operating in a simulated, I guess, emergency situation where we can operate portable just because we need to or we want to. There's a number of different categories. We'll be operating in category A, class A, and we'll probably, I don't know, we've traditionally been 3A, which is 3 transmitters in the A class, which is a club or a non-club portable. We're not going to be operating on battery, but class B is individuals. Then you've got class C, which is mobile, and there will be some mobile folk around, driving around in their cars, trucks, whatever. If you happen to be one of those, please pull over and stop while you're operating. Don't operate while you're driving. I've tried it. It doesn't work very well. Class D will get a fair number of those. Home stations. Class E is a home station that's on emergency power, like a generator. Oh, I gotta test my generator, don't I? I forgot. That was last month. Oops. F is an emergency operations center, an EOC, and there is a class X for nuclear powered submarines. You laugh. It happened.
We had one.
It happened.
We had to look it up to figure out what the
To figure out
was.
what the heck it was. Yeah.
Hey, Bill. Bill,
Yes.
I was just wondering, you know, at the school there's this math and science, right?
Yes.
And couldn't some of those guys come up with a little nuclear power station for us or anything like that?
No, not students. No thanks.
This is in the end of June. There will be no students on campus. Even the summer institute we have will be finished. The research institute may not, I don't know.
Bill?
But there won't be students there, and the answer is no. Emphatically.
Yes. Bill,
Yeah.
for those that weren't at the field day when we got that, the fella, I think it was in Newport, but it was sitting on the surface, and he got permission from his CO there was a panel, and of course it was an AC plug, 120, but it was drawing its power from the core, from the top to the nuclear core, and so that's the reason he was able to give us an X.
So as I say, W5MEL will be our call sign, and will be category A. Pardon me. So emergency power on classes A, B, C, E, and F give bonus points. So if we have our generator out there, that's emergency power, that's bonus points, and we've always used the generator in the past. Hopefully we will again. Other bonus points are media publicity, and this, I believe, is we can't just send out something. It has to actually be published in a newspaper or on the radio or something. So we need to get some publicity out. A public location. OSSM is most certainly a public location. And so that would be class A, we'll get that. If we have an information table, if we get the message to the section manager, and we've done that every year so far, and handling message, there's a certain thing there. If we get a satellite QSO, that gives us an extra bonus points. And then alternate power is solar power or something like that, and we've done that. You need 5 contacts on that, at least you did in the past, to get that bonus credit. So Lucian, I think, in the past has charged a battery on solar power, and we've used it to make our contacts to get the credit for that. So we've got more bonus points. The W1AW bulletin, we'll copy that at some point. An educational activity. We've done various different educational activities over the years. If we can get an elected official to visit the site, or an agency rep, if I can get the president of OSSM to show up, that's an agency rep, because OSSM is not officially a school, it's officially an agency of the state. Legal distinction, but hey, he's an agency rep. So if we can get him to show up, we'll do good. Submission by on the web gives us extra points. as does having social media and a safety officer. Are you still going to be safety officer, Terry?
I will be safety officer and medical unless somebody wants to volunteer for those. I will not be GATA.
Okay, we can worry about that later. Next month's meeting is in fact intended to be planning for field day, so bring your ideas, yeah. So the GATA station is a bonus station. It's not one of the 3 or 4 that we're going to have, but it operates under a different call sign. Terry's done that for the past number of years. He wants to actually operate, so we needed someone else to do that. And we have it's designed for operators who have had their license for less than a year or don't have a license, which means we need someone to be there as the coach, as the operating control officer.
It also includes people of any license class who have been generally inactive. So it could be even an extra can actually talk on it.
If they've been inactive.
Generally inactive.
Okay. So if I haven't operated in the past year, does that?
That may be close.
Um,
If you don't show up in a contest log, how are they going to know?
Yeah. Anyway, the coach supervises, cannot do the actual logging or actual operating. Just coach and tell someone how to do it. They get to write the log themselves. We need a designated GATA coach present, and we need at least 10 contacts on that. So if you're up for that, think about it. We'll have to come up with someone. Youth participation. If we get youth, we get extra 20 bonus points for each youth that shows up, with a maximum of 100.
Is youth like below 65?
I hate to tell you, but it's 18 or younger. It says 18 or younger. And I'll see if I can get my grandson to come by. And they need to complete the youth participation. The youth needs to complete at least 1 contact. So I expect we could combine that. If you get a youth to operate on the GATA station, you could get the points. So someone who knows all the points better than me will figure that out. Actually, that is part of the GATA station. So, as I say, the GATA station is operated by someone who is licensed since field day last year, who got their license since field day, generally inactive, or a non-licensed person. So those are the 3 categories that can fit and use the GATA station. We also have a free VHF station, which is not one of the 3 or 4 stations we want. And so I would very much like to have a VHF station there, as well as our other operating stations in the GATA station.
And Bill, I think I overheard somebody talking, Dave or Dwayne, somebody that the 6 meter was wide open right now. Maybe it will still be.
Well, every year we do 6 meters anyway, so
maybe
that's
this
our
year
we
get
VHF
some contacts.
portion. So
Yeah.
we've been doing that for a long time.
Let's just not count how long.
No, we won't.
Yeah. Oh, good grief. I just realized I've had my license for 21 years now. Whew. I know that's nothing compared to most of you.
You can have
I understand that.
Must have just renewed.
No, actually, because I got the vanity sign I renewed in 22. All right, so we get a power multiplier of 2 if we stay under 100 watts, or maybe at or under 100 watts. We get a power multiplier of 2. We get a maximum of 500 watts. Most of the time we've operated at 100 watts. As far as I know, we haven't put an amplifier on, but whatever. CW gets 2 points, digital gets 2 points, phone gets 1 point per contact. And contact is defined as two-way contact. Each band is a separate contact. Each person is a separate contact, of course, but each band is a separate contact. So you could contact the same person on digital, CW, phone, on each of the bands, and they would all count as separate contacts. The key to field day is participation. If we don't have people there operating, we don't have field day. It's as simple as that. I will be there. I don't have much choice, actually, since I'm the theoretical host. I don't work there anymore, but I'm the official host, so I will be there. Tom has said he'll be there. Terry's going to be there. We could use operators, even if you only show up for an hour or so. Pardon me. We need operators. We need people to show up. Yes, Terry.
Are you gonna talk about non-operators?
In just a
Tom
second.
asked
I'm
me-
getting there.
Okay, Tom asked me to make sure that gets
Yeah.
mentioned.
We need operators. We also need people who are just there to maybe log. Very much, we need people to help set up. That is critical. We need people to help set up and tear down, even if you're not planning on operating. So we want a CW station. We want a phone station. Tom is probably going to do the digital station. He's done that every year so far that I've been here. VHF station and the GOTA station. So that's 1, 2, 3. So we'll probably be a 3A. Yes.
Has Steve Duskin talked to anybody in here about doing QRP during field days?
I do not know.
He called me and asked what I thought.
Steve had said he was going to be here today, but his mother-in-law passed away the other day, so I'm not surprised that he's not here today. And we'll find out next month what he needs, or between now and next month, we'll find out QRP, whatever else.
Because QRP is 5 times point multiplier.
Yeah. So I'll talk to him, or Tom will talk to him, or I mean, we'll get that figured out. We'll get that figured out. So these are the stations we need, and we need participation. We need someone to run the GOTA station this year. I've normally been logging for Tom. If it comes down to it, I may decide that I want to move over to the GOTA station this year for the time. I don't know. We need someone to do that. We need all of these stations. We've got VHF, digital. I mean, phone is the easiest one for people to operate, and I'm hoping somebody will operate a CW station.
Terry said he'd do it.
I can predict my points already. Bill, Tom asked me to mention that we would particularly like techs to come, and even if they're nervous Nellies and do not want to talk, that even if they just want to come and pick brains, that would be more than great.
We would definitely love to have techs or other less experienced, is that the word I want to use?
Yeah.
Operators come by and operate and listen. We would love to have those. I mean, my daughter has said for 2 years that she wants to get her tech license. I am going to do my best to drag her out, and my grandson, and show them what's going on. I haven't operated enough at home recently to really give them a good, but drag them out there. Drag yourselves out there. Be there. OSSM is at 10th and Lincoln. The entrance is on 10th Street. We'll have the gate the guards will be able to open the gate when you show up. Saturday it's usually open during the day, but even if you show up at 10 o'clock at night to operate and the gate is closed, give us a call. We'll have an HT monitoring our repeater. We'll get you in. We'd love to have you. And about the time 2 o'clock in the morning comes, last year there were 3 of us there, maybe 4 of us. We could use more people that are willing to come and operate. Well, we could use more people to come and operate, period. Any questions? Any other questions or comments?
There will be food.
There will be food. There will be coffee. I don't know what else there'll be, but there'll be food and there'll be coffee. Other questions? Other comments? All right. So be there. Be there.